your one and only. Frank Edward.
Alright, so we are continuing from our previously ended video. Alright, we are going to deal with content translation in Microsoft Word. Okay, content translation. When we talk of content translation, what comes into your mind? Content translation deal with changing the meaning or the like what the content means. You are going to translate it maybe from an English language to a different language. You are changing maybe a full document or a portion of a document. Okay, so let's move on. So in most word processors like Microsoft Word, you can use different languages. The application has a quick translation tool that allows you to translate a document easily with Word itself. Microsoft Word will enable you to easily translate fragments of words and phrases from one language to another. Word may attempt to decide the language automatically, but you can override this if necessary. Let's look at how to translate the content in Microsoft Word. To translate it, first you should open your Word document, that's any document in Microsoft Word, and you need to select the text you want to translate. Alright, you go to the review tab and you select the grouping. From the language grouping, you select translate, which is the tool we are going to use to translate. Okay, you select translation session from the translate option drop down menu. Okay, so when you press on the translate, there will be a drop down menu, and from the list, because you've already selected a text, you are going to select translate selection from the drop down menu. So after selecting translate selection, on the right, the translator menu will appear right away. Word can automatically detect the text language. Like in Microsoft Word, it can automatically determine that maybe the language of this text is maybe English, or is in Spanish, or is in any language, in French or other languages. Okay, if this is wrong, manually choose it from the drop down menu that appears. Okay, when Word gives you the language that maybe this text you selected is English and you think it's wrong, you just have to ignore that one and choose the correct one. The translated text in your chosen language will be shown in the two sections. There will be a section which is from and the two. So the from is the language where the text or the selection is formally in. So you are going to translate it to a different language. Okay, Word may attempt to guess the language you prefer to translate it to. You see, Microsoft Word always has a way of guessing things, because from the start we said Word may guess the language it is in, and it was also trying to guess the language you are trying to transfer it in. So from and the two section, but you can always set this by choosing the different language from the two drop down menu. Alright, translation. Okay, you can see short preview of the translation. You see just a small preview of the full translation. Okay, click the insert button to insert it into your main document if you are pleased with the result you are having, and it's going to replace the text you've selected. Alright, so this is a diagram indicating the steps we went through. Okay, so So you can see here that this our selected text which have been highlighted for you. I'm highlighting the steps for you for it to be easy for you. Okay, so after highlighting this one, this is the first step. Alright, so after highlighting it, we went to the review tab. The review tab, that's the step 2. Okay, so after the review tab, we went to the language grouping and we selected translate, which is the tool to translate it. When we selected the translate, we had a drop down menu. In the drop down menu, we selected translate selected text. So this is the first step we went through. Okay, we are all signing. Sorry. Okay, so after translating it, we said there will be a box. Okay, this is the translations task pane. So from the task pane, you can see these two English language, and it is from. Okay, you can see the box, the translation task pane, and this is from the English language, and we translated it to the French. So this is a list of languages we can translate it to. Alright, so after selecting it, you see the insert button and select the insert button. Okay, alright, so let's go to Microsoft Word and see how these things look like in an actual program. Okay, so let's type undo. So it says we have to first select this text. We go to review tab. From the review tab, you see the language grouping. Select translate text. Okay, you see Word has already guessed the language you are coming from. So this is the language you are coming from. That's English language. And we are translating it to French. Okay, so this is what you are having. This is it. And you see undo, and I don't know, say. Okay, you can read it yourself. Okay, hope you can mention this one. Alright. Okay, so maybe with your Microsoft Word, I don't know, due to the version, you are going to have more options, but with whatever comes up is the same procedure, the same steps. Okay, there is an assignment attached to this blog at the end, so I would like you to attempt it and make sure to do it very well. So we'll meet in class. Thank you. Bye bye.
Hey, it's your one and only